What we're looking at the moment, as per usual, is a split screen. On the left-hand side, what we've got is the user view, and on the right-hand side, we've got the administration. And what we're going to do, first and foremost, is we're going to look at the administration and how that all ties together. Now, when it comes to training management, what you've got is a list of competencies that people within your organization require. And when you click on the training management section, what you'll see is a competency option and an occupational requirement option. Now, if we click on the competency option, we've got a list of all these competencies, and you can add these one at a time if you wish, or better, you can import them over here. You can order these in alphabetical order, as I've done, and effectively now you just have simply a list of all of the available competencies. What you now need to do is you need to group these competencies into roles or occupations, and that's what the occupational requirement is for. So if we have a look at, say, heavy duty fitter down here, and we open this up, what this document is telling me is that any heavy duty fitter within your organization requires these competencies here. They're mandatory. And these competencies are taken from that list of competencies we just saw. So there could be a whole long list of them. The one at the bottom, working with heights. So if you had a lot of these, you don't have to keep scrolling up and down. You can simply highlight the first one, type in the first part of the one you want to go to, and it'll drop you down there, and you can then add it into the list. Now, what's important about this is the hierarchy section up here. Imagine you had heavy-duty fitters who worked at different sites within your organization. What you don't want to do is you don't want to create a heavy-duty fitter with all of these competencies who works at site A, followed by the same competencies but working at site B. Because on site A and site B, you might have different inductions, you might have lockholder certificates, you might have a whole bunch of different things that apply to that particular site. You don't want to go and repeat all of these. So what you do is you say the hierarchy here is all. What this means is that regardless of where you go as a heavy duty fitter, you need these. Now, what you can also do is you can say, well, if I go to the Bayside Oil Terminal or the Mount Bryant Terminal, if we open up Mount Bryant, I need, if I go to Mount Bryant, the Mount Bryant induction. But I don't care up here what occupation it is. So this is not just a heavy duty fitter. This is anybody who goes to Mount Bryant. They need the induction for that site. So what it will do is if I'm a heavy duty fitter and I happen to work at Mount Bryant, it will add all of those mandatory competencies for a heavy duty fitter to the ones that are site specific, and it will give you a list of everything that a person with that occupation at that site requires. And what this means is you have a whole lot less administrative work to do when it comes to changing your competency lists and your occupational requirements. Once you've got all of this right, if we go and have a look at users, we will have a user who is a heavy duty fitter, and here's one, Jason Bourne. We can see over here, he's a heavy duty fitter. So if we open up Jason Bourne, this is his general details, but over here is training management. So if I click on the training for Jason, what I'm seeing here are the competencies for a heavy duty fitter, because inside Jason's document, what we've got is his occupation as a heavy duty fitter. So this all now ties together. You create the competencies, you link the competencies to an occupation, the occupation is linked to a person, and then from the person you can see all the competencies for that occupation. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Now we'll have a look at the actual training module itself. Now, the training module has a whole set of documents that you've created. Now, you can import these again. You can import them using the import facility over here, or you can add them as they occur. And because this is a view, what you can do is you can sort the view or filter the view in any way that you like. So, of course, I might go and look for a particular competency. I can go and click on them. It will filter them by competency. It can filter them by site. You might want to see what's scheduled in the next 6 months. And by dropping down on this list here, you can filter on dates. And I actually have one that I created here. Everything that's scheduled for Q1 and Q2 of next year. And what this now shows me is a list of all of the upcoming training in the first 6 months of next year. How you want to filter this is entirely up to you. If you know Viking, you would know that you can save all of these views whenever you like by arranging the columns in the order you want, filtering according to the way you want, and then clicking on the Save View. Now, once you've done this, what you can also do is you can go to the dashboard. Now, in the dashboard, I'll bring a dashboard across here. What we've now got is something called a report tab. Now, it's called a report tab because although at the moment there is only the training matrix and the gap analysis in it, there are going to be other reports added over time, and this is where you'll come to for these sorts of reports. If we have a look at this, what you can see is I've got this button up here that enables me to create the criteria for the report. So if I click on this, what it gives me is a report title. I've got a report type. There's a drop-down list. It can be a training matrix or a gap analysis. If I leave it at gap analysis, I can choose the people that I'm going to do the gap analysis on. And I also have a list of filters where I can filter by the hierarchy for this particular gap analysis. So I can filter by site, by division. I can even filter by occupation if I want to. If, on the other hand, I were to choose training matrix, what I then get is some options on how I want this report to look. The options here are to show some dates or to show icons. If I choose show icons, the date options disappear. If I choose show dates, I get a list of which dates to show. And then again, I get those similar features where I can filter by occupation, by hierarchy. If we then go and have a look at some of these reports that have been run. What happens when you create the report, it doesn't automatically run the report. It puts the report on the screen and you are then able to choose what you want to do with it. So what I've done is I've created a report that is a gap analysis. And I have the opportunity here to either run it, edit it, or export it to Excel. If I run it, what this does is shows me for the level that I chose, what the person's name is, their occupation, what kind of person they are, an employee, a contractor, or whatever it happens to be, the training required for their position as an advanced rigger, what's been completed, and what still needs to be done. Now I've exported, well, I haven't exported this, I've put this on the screen. I can go from the screen to Excel if I want to, or what I can do is I can export to Excel over here. Now have a look at this one. That was a gap analysis. This is a training matrix. If we run this report, take it to the screen, what we get here is a report that shows us quite simply what the status is of the courses that people have done. So the little dots explain it, traffic light signals, you can see clearly what's expired. So there's no real complexity here about viewing the data. Of course, if you want to export this into Excel, you can do that too. And what you would get is something like that. If we go and have a look at a report in the matrix that is date-driven, again, what we might do is just edit this so we can just recall exactly what it is we asked for. So we called the report scheduled dates. We said we wanted a training matrix. Our report style was to show the dates rather than the icons, and we chose what dates we want to see. And then we scrolled through and filtered according to our requirements. So if we run the report, what we'll get is a list of scheduled dates for different courses, for different people. And of course, we could have filtered on the people. If we extracted this into Excel, we get the same thing, but in an Excel format. So the idea behind this is that you should be able to easily see who needs to do what, either by filtering on the views or by extracting the information from the dashboard to Excel or running it on the screen. Right, Sarah, that's the end of the overview. Nice and quick.